In what ways?
3, 2, 1. Hi, Mr. Chan.
Okay. In what ways is happiness culturally specific or universal? I'll start. I think that happiness can be culturally specific in the way that, like, like for example, indigenous people like music and in specific like drums or like dancing that they have specific to their culture makes them happy, and like food that you have specific to your culture, like certain recipes like we saw in the movie, like that sweet potato soup I think it was called, was specific to that culture. But if you look at that, it's actually can be like a broader thing, like dance and music can be good for any culture and food can be good for any culture, just the specifics are more like what the food is, but I think what's really more important is the fact that food can bring happiness to any culture.
Yeah, I just feel like culture, like there's so many things that like bring happiness for like just specific cultures, because like obviously like one culture that like does things like their own way isn't gonna do the thing like that their happiness isn't gonna bring like the same happiness from like other cultures, because like you said, like obviously like maybe like dancing and like drums and stuff like that may bring happiness to like Western cultures and stuff like that, but like
yeah,
it's recording, but it's not gonna bring like bring as much happiness and like that specific happiness that those indigenous people like might feel from like all those things,
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything you guys want to add?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think you said like what?
Yeah, I think you said like all.
Okay. You said it all.
Okay.
Okay, should we move on to the second question?
Yeah.
Okay, what examples can you think of where your environment, the world around you, shapes your ideas about happiness, and are your ideas of happiness mainly from you or from the world around you? Do you guys?
George, how do you start?
I think that it's like, I think happiness is more about like around me. Like although like they'll say like you feel about this thing and then you feel happy about that. Say someone don't feel this thing make them happy and you think that is like come from yourself, but I think that it's still like that stuff is like affecting you and that you be happy. So I think happiness is more about like things around you.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys.
I know.
I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like people can be happy in their own ways. Like, if you get something someone else like don't like, I mean, you're happy about that because like someone else gave it to you, but like you don't really care about what other people say.
Yeah. I also feel like when talking about like happiness and stuff, when thinking about like happiness and stuff like that, I feel like you'll be happy like based off like what happens around you, but I also feel like a part of that happiness is like how you take what it's like about like how you take the things that like happen around you, because like something like really negative can happen to you, but you can like take the positive out of that and then use that to stem your happiness, even if it's like not something that people would like deem as like something that would make you happy.
And I think for the example that like the environment shaped my happiness is like, I think like in Taiwan it's like they think that you need like more money, a lot of money, then you will be happy. Like if you don't have money and you don't have good grade, you don't have good college, you don't have good job, then you're like out of this society, like you're dying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like, but there's like many things that's like beside grades or like that things that it will bring you happy, but I think that just like in Taiwan, if you're like not having good grades, you're like you're bad kid and you're going
No,
to
yeah,
jail
that's
or
like
that.
good, because like you made like a connection with like your own, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gemma, do you have anything to add?
It's just like the place, like if you grow up in like a bad home and like bad things happen to you or like you do bad things, that's kind of how you're gonna grow up and like you're either gonna encourage other people to do the things, I guess.
Yeah.
But then if you're like in a good place, you're like happy, I guess, all the time. So it's just like where you like, I don't know, who you're around basically.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. For the third question.
So how is success related to happiness?
I think that like that's a big one, and I think like a lot of people think that they need to find like success, like a big success, in order to be happy, like getting to a big career or like making lots of money or like making like an Olympic sports team, something like that. But I think that it's really important to look at like the happiness you create on your journey there and the things you learn about yourself. And also like I think it's important to like understand the importance of like small successes, like just like like you pass a test or like you do good on an assignment. Like those are all successes that I think get overlooked, and those successes actually like I think they fuel our happiness along the way. So I think it's important to look at like our little successes rather than the big grand successes.
Yeah, and I remember like watching from the movie, like nothing like truly like obviously like the scene where like he's like about to die and he's like kidnapped and stuff, that's obviously like gonna impact your life a lot, but I feel like a lot of his journey was just like finding more like about himself, and like it wasn't like a bunch of like big things. It was just like I feel like it was like a lot of like small things that like piled up to like end up like showing like what his true definition of happiness was. So I feel like in that way he was like success kind of does tie into happiness, but I also feel like because everyone has such like different like aspects and like perspectives of success and happiness, it like truly just like depends on like how you like sit with those two like things. You guys?
I think it's like if you do something small, like you get a small success, you should be happy, but then like you have to realize that like you have a small success and you should be happy, but then if you're going for like a bigger thing, then you're gonna be happy like at the end, so you should be happy like going along through the steps, even if it's just like a small thing.
Yeah. Joyce?
I think that for me it's like although that like I do like music competition or something, although that I didn't like really win the championship for that, but I think that when I was like practicing and like preparing for this competition, I learned that like music is not like really like worth that like you're not the champion, then you're not good at the music.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I agree.
like it's not, so I think for that I don't think that's really success for the competition will that really matter on me for that.
It was like the self-improvement.
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
like, doing that.
That will make me more happy than
I agree.
really getting championships with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like other people's definition of like success could be like winning everything, but I feel like it's also like how you take it. Because like you could take it as like your personal growth is like what you deem as like successful.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, which could end up making you happy.
Should we move on to question 4?
Is there a strategy for achieving success? How might that look, or why does it
I don't want to go that shitty ass too, man.
Okay, I'll start. So is there a strategy for achieving success? I think that there isn't, and well, I think there is and there isn't. Like achieving success is gonna look different for everyone, and like the process to getting there will be different for everyone. But I think what's common for everything in achieving success is that you have to work hard and you have to motivate yourself. So I think that's like with all success in any situation, you have to work hard and you have to motivate yourself and staying positive as well and being positive towards yourself.
I also feel like for achieving success, like the strategy to get there, like obviously because everyone's like I've said this before, everyone's definition of success is so different. Like obviously like the strategy to get there is gonna be different. The strategy to get there is gonna be different, but I feel like what Hannah said that like they all have in common is like you have to like be committed to like what we talked about in class. Like you have to be committed to like putting in like the work and like showing your growth mindset, because if you just if you just give up, then you're not gonna like end up achieving that success. Like even if that takes like a long time and but I don't overall I don't think there's like a specific strategy to achieving success.
No, I agree.
I agree with you, but it's like if you do it wrong and then in the end you're like unsuccessful, it's like you made it like that. But then I do agree, if you're not trying or trying to figure something out, for a situation, you're just gonna end up failing. So it's kind of sometimes there's a planned way and sometimes there isn't.
Yeah. Melissa, do you understand?
I feel like the strategy for success is working hard, the thing that you wanna get, and I don't know, looking forward, what if doesn't happen, have plan B, you know? And yeah.
I think that for things, like some kind of things that like really don't have a specific strategy for that, because things will, although you like really make a plan, and like that will sometimes will just like affect by other things that you really doesn't like know like in future. But having strategies for like success, I think like maybe just like believe yourself, although like in future that you really your plan was like all like messed up, then just like believe you can achieve that success, then you'll achieve it.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, I think that's fine.
Bye, Mr. Chan. Give us a good grade,
Bye.
please.